Hello, this is Podcasting in 3 Easy Steps with me, Juliana.
And me, Suzi. We've spent years creating award-winning podcasts, and now we want to share what we've learned with you to help you get your podcast out of your head and into the ears of your audience.
In each short episode, we'll give you 3 simple steps to create and market an awesome podcast that your listeners will enjoy.
We're passionate about podcasting and the power it has to connect with your clients and community and transform your business. Hi, it's Suzi here, and today I want to chat to you about the podcast show and how to get the most out of it. Okay, so if you're a podcaster in the UK, you'll know the biggest podcasting show is happening in London on the 24th and 25th of May. And we went last year, and so we wanted to share our thoughts on it and how you can get the most out of the show if you're going. And side note, if you're not going, we'll be sharing our key takeaways in a future episode of Podcasting in 3 Easy Steps, so you don't have to move a muscle. But if you've grabbed yourself a ticket, here are my 3 things you'll want to do. Number 1, pick just a few sessions you want to go to each day. The programme of talks is already available online and there's loads to do and see. Have a read through and decide what you'll get the most out of. And if you're already creating podcasts, it might not be the big headline names you need. It might be a session that will really help you with a certain aspect of your podcasting. And here's a warning, it is really easy to get overwhelmed by the amount of talks that are on, and certainly last year I was sat in one talk thinking about the other one that I should be in. It's totally distracting and left me not really thinking about what I was listening to at that moment. And yes, there are loads of big names in podcasting talking at the event, but look out for the breakout sessions. Last year I went to a really good one about women in podcasting by the We Are Emmeline network. And it was really good. I took away loads from that session. So don't just think it's all about the celebrity names. There'll be loads of discussions as well about using video in podcasting, AI technology, and equality and diversity. So have a look for those. There'll be lots to learn. Step 2, factor in some quiet time. Gosh, I craved this last year. Meetups for coffee with fellow creators and people in your community. Use it as a chance to nurture and build that community. Plus, it's a great chance to tell people about your podcast. The show is in a massive space with loads of areas that you can catch up with people and plot your next podcast episode. You could even record one there. There's places to get coffee, and last year Spotify had a free juice bar, so check that out if it's happening this year. Just make sure you get the quiet time you need, because going from session to session with lots and lots of information in those sessions, it can just end up overload. And step 3, take time to visit the stands. It's easy to think it's all about the talks, but this is a great opportunity to explore new technology and devices that can make podcasting easier. Try things out, get yourself a goodie bag, and make sure you factor in the time to explore the new stuff. Last year there was a truck outside where you could go and experience Dolby Atmos sound, and it was phenomenal. It put you right in the middle of a jungle. It was amazing stuff. There are things that will inspire your creativity, so make sure you have a good look around the place. Also, last year in the Spotify area, there were people that could answer questions about your podcast if you're having any technical issues. And in that area, they were also putting your podcast artwork onto a tote bag for free. They were really cool. So look out if they're doing it again this year and get there early. Already my picks are sessions by Spotify on the future of podcasting, Wondery about storytelling, and the rise of visual podcasts with Audioboom. And for me, I'll be watching the session called Since We Saw You Last, launching the News Agents podcast with Emily, John and Lewis. Last year, the session was really interesting because it was before they'd launched their hugely successful podcast, The News Agents. So in this session, we'll hear how they did it. Are you going to the show? Have you already earmarked some sessions that you're going to go to? Let us know if you are, and if you see us, come and say hi. Thanks for listening. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you've liked it, please give us a 5-star rating, and we would love it if you could leave us a review. It really helps other people to find the podcast.